Well, here he is, folks. Amazing producer, actor, country music star, hit maker. The list goes on and on. You've seen him on Smallville and Tyler Perry's Have and Have Nots, and his newest movies as well. Of course, Dukes of Hazzard. You know, it is the timeless, the ageless John Schneider. How you doing there, John?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. By
How's
the
that
way,
for?
not a producer. Alicia was the producer. Remember,
Yeah.
I'm the director, writer. Alicia was the one that did all the heavy lifting. I'm just like shiny thing, shiny.
Well, you
Shiny
know,
thing.
I talk to a lot of people about you regularly, and you know, John, you're the only celebrity that I get to interview that actually looks like his album covers or looks like his posters. You turkey, and but it seems like yesterday I was interviewing you and Alicia from a rooftop in Amarillo. You know,
Yes, with a weird shadow going across, right?
oh, I know.
That shadow.
the the sun was moving, my man,
I
and you
know.
know, here you were, John. You were balancing your phone on a cup in your car, and you still look better than your interviewers and all that. But you know, John, you're known for your fearless stance, for the principles that built our country. You know, of course, you're known for your love for your wife. You're known for your love for people, and you know, you didn't hold back when you spoke out during the Alec Baldwin issue and the shooting issue. But you've have
Right.
there's a whole universe of things that you were doing and are doing. You know, of course, I want people to always get behind your movies. What's the newest project you're working on now?
Well, there's a book, there's a movie, there's a CD, and there is moonshine.
Hey, a
All of
book,
that.
a movie, CD, and
And
moonshine.
and moonshine.
Let's talk about those. Tell me.
Sure. Well, the movie is called, well, I'll tell you the little story first. I play a sheriff whose delinquent 30-plus-year-old son still doesn't have a job,
Yeah.
and winds up in jail every couple of months or so, and I have to bail him out. Never a good thing for the sheriff to have to do.
Right.
But so I get him a job to try to teach him responsibility in the sanitation department, and he winds up finding a bunch of discarded toys because there's a wrestler who dared to be conservative in public, so he is canceled. So they throw away his toys, his
Whoa.
action figures.
Actual toy. Okay.
A canceled icon myself, with Dukes of Hazzard. But I say, you can't cancel me, I quit. But
there you go.
so he gives these toys to children, to needy children, which is wonderful. But he works in a trash truck all day, so he kind of smells when he gets there. The name of the movie is Jingle Smells.
Now is that the same movie? Is our friend Victoria Jackson in that one?
Yeah, this is the one with is Victoria in it? I only worked like 4 days. This is the one that Jay Sekulow and Logan Sekulow put together.
Yeah.
So,
I just interviewed her the other day again, and of course she's in Nashville right now, and
terrific.
yeah, Jingle
So that's the
Smells.
movie.
Okay.
It's streaming at jinglesmells.movie. Or you can order the hard copy, the DVD from my place, johnschneiderstudios.com.
.com. Right. I'm there right now.
.com. There you go. Well, look up, let's go to the second thing is look up Revenuers Reserve.
Okay. All right.
Revenuersreserve.com. Or you can look at the little commercials. I've done 2 commercials now for Revenuers Reserve that are on my YouTube channel and on Facebook. They're all over there. If you just look up John Schneider's Revenuers Reserve, you'll find some cool things. Well, that is a moonshine.
Okay,
I tell people I've been on probation because of Dukes. I've been on probation for over 40 years. It's about time I had my own moonshine. And of course, this stuff is so good. When the revenuers come to bust the still, they taste it and they go, "Forget the bats, get the jug."
There you go, my man. Now you're gonna like this. My father-in-law is a preacher, but he used to be called Jug and known for his moonshine.
Oh, I
Uh,
love it.
oh yeah,
Jug, what a great name.
and,
I'm going to take that. I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
take that.
Chaplain Taylor, or Lord Allen Taylor, Pastor Lord Allen Taylor. He's an incredible preacher and man, and his big saying is, "Let me tell you something." And hope to have a book out with that. But he apparently made the best moonshine in the area, and still could if he wanted
Still
to.
could if he did such a thing. You just mentioned a book. Well, I think you know that Alicia was working on a book called "In the Driver's Seat,"
Wow.
which is about being in control and in the driver's seat of your own diagnosis.
Wow.
So when someone tells you, and this happens many times every day, it is not something that only happens to other people.
Right.
When someone tells you you or someone that you love has cancer,
Mm-hmm.
a tendency for people to just kind of shut off and become the tail and not the dog, and let the medical industry, let the cancer industry kind of run your life
Right.
that point on.
Right.
And I don't recommend it, and neither did Alicia. So Alicia
Right.
wrote this book called "In the Driver's Seat" about being in charge of what you do after somebody tells you that. And we had beaten it. We after the first time she was told she had that, it was stage 4, and we had beaten it for
Wow.
gosh, I think we added 3-4 years because she did that. So I know I said this to you before. Alicia was as tough as a Waffle House steak.
Oh yeah.
And
Now say that part again, because I said, "Oh yeah."
she was as tough as a Waffle House steak. And when we got that news, we took charge. We took charge of it, and we had great success.
Right.
And then when it came back, we took charge of it again, and it removes a lot of the fear.
Right.
Okay. And that's vitally important. You cannot, your body cannot fight what it needs to fight if you're living in fear.
Exactly.
Cancer is a bad thing. So cancer, I'm not diminishing cancer at all, but I refuse to spell it with a capital C.
Right.
So when Alicia passed away, I tell you this, I feel as if God tapped me on the shoulder and he said, number one, grieve, which is going to be the rest of your life. Number two, Alicia was working on a book and you need to finish it.
Oh, wow.
So you need to finish that book. You cannot let this book sit. 3, you're a musician. I want you to get together with your writing friends, and I want you to write a tribute album to Alicia, but also an album that will help other people who are going through this.
Right.
So that they know they're not alone.
Good.
The album is called "We're Still Us." It's out right now. Same, you can get the book, you can get the album, jingle smells, you can get all that at johnschneiderstudios.com.
And I'm there right now, John. And you know what? Talk about an incredible website, folks. It's user friendly. I saw something on here that I haven't seen before as well. Of course, there's the studio, the official store. Yeah, you can get some great memorabilia from Dukes of Hazzard on there. You get all your music, which is great. Your movie To Die For, now more relevant and powerful than ever.
Yes,
your
indeed.
special events.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But we have a line of Alicia wear too. We have
oh wow,
things that Alicia said, love that, trust, her fight is your fight, so there's Alicia wear in there as well.
And but before I mentioned, you have a fitness page as well. And I mean, gosh, guys, sight, smell, sound, smell, touch, and taste, mind, body, heart, and soul, men and women. Great resources on johnschneiderstudios.com. But, before we go into more of that, talk about being above fear. Alicia not only is fearless, but stunt car driving and I believe motocross. I mean, my gosh, most people aren't that active, when they don't have a challenge health-wise.
Yeah, when they don't have cancer. Yeah. She was amazing. She was amazing. We did dirt track racing, so not motorcycle, dirt track.
Okay, there you go.
Open wheel modified dirt track racing.
Wow.
And in both Stand on It and in Poker Run, she doubled Mindy Robinson. So when Mindy was driving the car, it was Alicia. When Mindy was driving the Fiero around the racetrack and, you know, coming into the corners, that was Alicia. So yeah, totally, totally fearless. And part of the book is living life with no regrets.
Wow.
You know, one of the issues with just kind of turning your diagnosis over to somebody else
Mhm.
is that eventually you're going to sit with your loved ones and say, I wish I had tried blah. You know, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done
Right.
that. I wish I had been more in charge of this. And it may not change your outcome, but it will change the road to it, which is vitally important.
Right.
I remember my smile as tough as a Waffle House steak, but I remember her as the strongest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
Had we turned everything over to oncology, probably my memory would be of a sick person.
Right.
I don't have a memory of a sick person.
Right.
You know, I have wonderful, wonderful memories. We fought together. That's something this book also teaches. You need an advocate.
Right.
You need someone to go there with you. You need someone to hold your hand. You need someone to talk to, and you need not be afraid of talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the book is really, really important if you are on the road. If someone in a lab coat has told you have cancer, if you have lost someone to cancer and you're like me, you'd like to buy a valve, you'd like to know what is what I'm feeling rare and unusual, or is it normal?
Right.
This book will help you with regard to that.
Wow.
If you have lost someone and you don't have the words to tell them how much you love them, get a hold of We're Still Us. It's the best music I've ever had anything to do with, and I wish I couldn't have written a word, but I
Wow.
did. But I did. So check those out. It's been a busy. You know, people say you should stay busy when you're grieving, and that's what I've done. I've stayed. You know, no big surprise there, but I've stayed. I've stayed pretty busy. A book, an album, a movie, and moonshine.
Well, you know, you can listen to these albums on Spotify. Of course, there's so much more.
Well,
You can view,
we don't have We're Still Us on Spotify yet.
right.
We will, but we don't have it out there yet. It's just on CD right now, and I know a lot
Right.
of newer cars don't have the CD players, but I like to have something tangible in my hands, you know. So that's why we still do CDs. We still do vinyl. We haven't done vinyl on this one yet, but it's you know, it's important to stay true to your school.
Well, you
If
know,
I could put
John,
it out on 8-track, I would.
well, hey, well, there's some people who say that vinyl still has a sound that CDs can't get.
I know.
Vinyl's made a comeback, but Lesson and Leaving, you can listen to that. You know, Younger Man, of course,
Oh yeah,
Boy.
that's on Southern Ways. Southern Ways is a beautiful album.
You know, John,
Younger
you've
Man is on there.
wow,
Redid You Ain't Just Whistling Dixie, Bellamy Brothers song.
yeah,
It's a beautiful, beautiful album. Truck On is a great album. We've got a lot of really terrific music there at the store. Those are all on Spotify. You can check those out. If you just put in John Schneider on Spotify, you'll be surprised. I think We're Still Us was my 26th album. I think it
really,
was my
26.
album.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think so. So been busy, been really, really busy, and been writing my Facebook posts every morning, my letters to heaven. And the plan for that is I've had so many people suggest it. So the plan for that is once I hit my year mark, once I get to February 21st, 2024, that's going to be it. And my son-in-law is going to compile all of those posts, and it's going to be like a daily read, but not one that starts January 1st, one that starts the day after your tragedy.
Wow.
So you pick it up and you read one a day, and it'll help you, I believe. I mean, people have told me that it's helped them. their comments have helped me tremendously, because this is hard.
Right.
This is very hard.
You know, John, even during your healing, you've accomplished more, even during your healing so far, than most people accomplish in their lifetime. And so you are putting your pain into your passions in a
Yeah.
way that's blessing other people. And it's a part of your legacy, John. And, you know, some of these, I've watched you walk through this, and I've seen your posts, I've seen your videos, and I'm just so happy that you're surrounded by so much love. I hope you feel that love, brother, and the prayers
I do. I do.
that are around you. A wonderfully surprising level of love and support that, quite frankly, I haven't seen with other people that I've had the honor to have interviews with. And again, that's the beauty, is we live another day. You know, whether we are dealing with an illness or whether we are perfectly healthy, we still only have today. We're not
Yeah.
promised tomorrow. And
Nope.
your smile, you know, drinks every drop of life, as do you, and as should we. You know, more and more people have been so well known, but they've wound up still coming to Jesus, coming to the Lord, and coming to their faith. You know, what
Mhm.
do you have to say about the importance of faith in addition to being productive, and also being surrounding yourself with wonderful, loving people? How important is your faith right now, John?
It's more important than ever, uh, because I believe I'll see her again.
Yeah,
So when heaven goes from a question, is there heaven, to then, okay, I believe there's heaven. Then there's another step. I know there is heaven.
yeah,
I know it. I know God. I know where I'm going. I know where she is, and I know who will meet me when I get there. So my faith is much, much stronger, because it's what gets me through
yeah,
that knowledge of that glorious day somewhere down the road. There's a song on the album called "Somewhere Down the Road." We'll be dancing and holding hands, and you, my smile, will light the flame back in my heart again.
wow,
So I know where that is, and the the tough part is not wanting to is trying to not want to rush getting there. Used to be February 20th was you're going to go to heaven, you're going to die somewhere way, way down the road.
right,
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, how long do I have to wait? And I don't mean that in a bad sense, but you get there, it's like, my God, I want to see her. I want to see her again. So what I tell people is, while we are here, however long that is, 30 minutes, 30 years,
right,
live, laugh, and love with everything you've got. Live every minute of your life, share it with people, laugh so loud you embarrass your friends in a restaurant, and love with all you've got. All you've got. Make sure that people you love know that you love them. And just like remembering high school, which was a long time ago for me,
right.
When I remember it, it seems like a second ago. It just happened.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So when we get there, it's going to be like no time has passed.
Right.
And I think God has a sense of humor. I know Alicia has a sense of humor. I think she's going to say, "What took you so long?" Right. So it when heaven becomes a place someone you love is, that will build your faith. That will build your faith more than any Bible study, more than any sermon, because that's when heaven becomes not only real, but vital.
Wow.
So I don't wish that on anybody. Just believe me when I say heaven is real. God is watching. He has a sense of humor,
Right.
keeps his promises, and you will see your loved ones again. You will hold your loved ones again, and they will hold you.
You know, John, that's very encouraging. Can I encourage you with something?
Sure.
Brother, you know, it dawned on me because I've had a lot of pain and loss. And your movie Like Son, I can't wait I need to buy that. We've talked about it. And but you know, it dawned on me one day that God is light. You know, at the speed of time, at the speed of light, there is no time. I mean, that's what Einstein said in the theory of relativity, you know, he had a dream about a train. And if you've been on a train, you're riding on a track. And the fact that you're riding on a track means that somebody went ahead of you and built that track. Well, God is light, and in him there is no darkness. At the speed of light, there is no time. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever, who was and is to come. He can see us from the cross. He can see us from the throne, right?
Yep.
Well, Psalm
Yep.
139 says that my days were written in your book before I was born. And when we read about Abraham in Genesis, it's like we're sitting next to God on the throne. We know how the story ends, but Abraham was kind of stuck in the story. But the scripture that God works everything to the good, that those who love him and called according to his purpose, and no one debates the fact you love God, you love people, God loves you. Your life's already been written. He says, my ways are not your ways. Hey, we don't have to like it. There's times I don't like it. All I have to do is trust him. And I can say it. I mean, you know, the book of Psalms is David's tweet. He didn't like what was going on. He told God about it, and God can handle it. God says, my ways are not your ways, but one day I will wipe away every tear from every eye. And so if your life has already been written, Psalm 139, John, if things work together for those who love him and called according to his purpose, and that's you, and he can see you from the cross, he can see you from the throne. Okay. And there's no accidents. There's no chance meetings. There's no coincidences. Some way, somehow, it doesn't seem fair. It's going to make sense one day. And like you said, she'll say, what took you so long? The Bible says we're seated with Christ in heavenly realms. Present tense. Well, if the Bible is true, and it is.
Yes, it is.
And we're seated with Christ in heavenly realms, present tense, and we are, then you are watching yourself talk to me today. And all you have to do is walk it out. Elon Musk says we're in a simulation. Well, to a degree we are. Remember, everything we do and say is written down in books. How is that? Right. But Jesus entered into his own matrix, so to speak, and became for us the barrier, you know, an infinite being, you know, and we're finite beings. He's infinite. But sin is an infinite debt. So only an infinite being can pay back an infinite debt. And he stood in the way, and he did for us what we enjoy. He redeemed us. So John, your life's already happened. It doesn't have to make sense. You don't have to like it, but you just keep walking it out because it's already been written. And just like you said, no time will have passed.
No time will have passed.
Every tear will be wiped from every eye, and God is using you. He already has. Again.
Well, I think they're going to be turned to tears of joy.
That's right.
You know, they happen quick. It happens quickly. And my understanding is that if you're upset and you cry on a little slide, and then you're happy and you cry on a little slide, and then you are peeling an onion and you cry on a little slide, that those three different kinds of tears have an entirely different chemical makeup.
Wow.
It's not just water coming out of your eyes. So, you know, we have one of the songs on the record is, "Why did you leave me here? You had to know I'd break. Why did you let me hope just to take it all away? Why did you let me dream knowing I'd wake up? There has to be a reason why you'd trust me this much. Lord, why did you leave me here?" It's a big question. It's a big question. When something like this happens, you have lots of questions, and you won't get answered. You will eventually. I think C.S. Lewis said he wrote a book called A Grief Observed.
Right.
But later on in life, he said he was convinced that when he gets to heaven, he's going to look, and he said right away, I'm going to say, well, of course it had to be this way. There was no other way this could have gone. So I know God is up to something, and I know that we are part of it. And I tell him when I jog in the morning, I said, look, you left me here for something. Johnny Cash didn't last more than 3 months after June passed away.
Right.
So if it's possible to die of a broken heart, then I think I should have.
Right.
But I'm still here.
Well,
so I'll do it, whatever it is. I'd like to know what it is, but I don't need to know what it is. I'll just trudge along. I'll just keep doing it. I'll do the record. I'll do the book. I'll do the movie. Even the moonshine, right? Because of Judd,
there you go.
right? Even the moonshine.
Hey, man. Hey, all good things are from God.
Yeah.
John,
just have to know if we know and never lose track of the fact, not the notion, but the fact that God is up to something that we're part of, not the other way around.
Right.
We don't invite God into our circumstance. He has created us into his.
Well,
so
you
what
said
are we going to
you
do
don't,
with that?
You said you don't know what it is. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. Jesus said, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And your words are bringing comfort right now. Angela Meredith from Taken TV, a network, and Women of Worth. So many are being touched by your words today. Talking to you, John. Shirley Todd. I read your posts every day, John. So powerful. Just by breathing, John, all you have to do is just breathe. When you choose the way of love, you're a blessing. Dude, you're a blessing. People like you. They love you. They didn't even have to know God to like you. Why is that? Because there's the spark of the divine in you, and so again, even just during your time of healing, you've done more than most people will do in a lifetime. Imagine what it's going to be walking it out. Psalm 139. It's already been written, brother, and you will be comforted. And I'm just so grateful that you joined me today and that you made the time. You're a very busy man. And John, you bless us.
It's my pleasure. I've missed you.
You too.
Enjoy our conversations, and I look forward to the next one.
Me too, my man. And you take America back to a better time, John. And
we'll get there again. We'll get there again. Our flag is strong. Our flag, the America.
It is.
She's been poked in the eye right now, but she's resilient, and we have an obligation. We have a responsibility to pick her up, dust her off, and fly her high again.
Yes, sir.
And it's not going to happen on its own, folks. You have got to participate. You've got to be part.
Yeah.
You are part of what makes America great, but you're also part of what makes America strong, and you can't do that sitting on your couch. So
Amen.
Let's take our responsibilities as citizens of this great country very seriously and make sure we get it back in 24.
Amen. John, you're a blessing. I'm proud to call you a friend. Thank you so much for joining me today. Can't wait till the next time, folks. Go to johnschneiderstudios.com. And next time we'll talk about your fitness. I mean, obviously what you're doing is working great. Folks, your fitness is going to be more important than ever this next year. Remember that I said that. And again, you are a blessing, John. We'll see you next time.
You take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.